formally welcome Governor John R. Kasich.
You didn't throw your hats in the air yet, huh? Congratulations. As you know, I've seen a lot of you here over the last few weeks, and to the spouses and the families that are here, it's tough training. It involves a lot of things: teamwork, discipline, commitment to tradition. They work pretty hard, and frankly, in a lot of ways, it's almost like military training, isn't it, Colonel? It's very, very difficult. It's trying, and I know that the cadets spend a long time away from home, and but you should know that none of it has been wasted. It's been able to prepare them for the rigors of being a trooper. And to the sons and daughters that are here, and to the spouses, of course, you should be very proud of the fact that your loved one now is entering really a hallowed tradition, being an Ohio trooper. I've had the privilege of getting to understand more and more about the troopers. It's been firsthand for me. I have a group of 9 troopers that are in the detail. I try to go freebird a lot, and they won't let me. But I get to know them and study them and speak to them and learn from them. And they're so very dedicated. And then in the process of spending time here at the Academy, which I've spent a considerable amount of time, I've gotten to really drill down and get to know the leadership of the Ohio Highway Patrol. When I came into office, I discovered something that was concerning. The patrol had become more political. There is no room for politics when it comes to the Ohio Highway Patrol. It has a tradition of service, of discipline, of integrity, of leadership, and of protecting Ohioans. And we move quickly with the help of Colonel Bourne, with the help of our Public Safety Director, Colonel Charles, to make sure that we began to take all that nonsense out and to begin to build morale inside the patrol. And I think it's fair to say we have made great progress in terms of building momentum, enthusiasm, and rebuilding that great legacy. Am I right, Colonel? I certainly hope so. And I'm committed to it, because I'm just happy to be a guy that got elected to this job. And it's my job to kind of represent the value system of the state of Ohio, and particularly the value system of the Highway Patrol. I keep talking about tradition because it's so important. The tradition of the patrol is high bar, constantly raising that bar, and being great servants to the people of the state. You know, I talked to Pat Kellum, who's a lieutenant. I've got to do a shout out there. He'll never forgive me. No, he'll be embarrassed. But I said to him, Pat, what should they know? He says, well, you know, you need to use common sense. There's a lot of rules, a lot of regulations. I don't think you get hung up on that. You use common sense and keep a good value system of honesty, and you will not only survive, but I believe that you will thrive. You know, you're entering a really special group of people, and I think you're going to be amazed by the camaraderie and the relationships. A lot different than being a cadet, where you go through basic training. Now you become a colleague, you become a peer of the people that are here. And I think it's easy in a job like yours, frankly, just like it's easy in a job like mine, to get so caught up in the work that we forget the people that love us the most, and that's our families, our spouses, and our children. Yeah, we can be good troopers, but they'll all tell you, and I know Colonel Bourne will tell you, that if you forget family, then you're forgetting a big part of the legacy and a very big part of this job. So, turn the cell phone off. No texting when you get home, as my wife is working on that with me, and to a greater and greater success. Remember, it's the family that's the underpinning of who you are. And in your job, though, you're going to feel you've got so many things to do, and it's so important for the public, but I think it's also important that you are able to recharge. I think in addition to that, you know, in organizations like this, the victory goes to those that know how to improve the organization by having a good attitude and an ability to be, it's sometimes outspoken. Am I right, Captain? Sometimes outspoken. To be able to approach the leaders and to bring about improvements inside an organization. Because organizations that stand still are organizations that get old and tired, and they don't have the kind of progress that they need. So as a new group, new blood inside an organization, you know, give it a couple weeks, but then after that, if you can see things that you believe can improve this organization, don't be afraid to stand up and be a leader. Do it with respect. Do it with the sense that people have more experience, but at the same time, when new people come into an organization, they have the ability to see sometimes more clearly than people who have been there for 30 or 40 years. So stand up and be a leader. The other thing we have to remind ourselves that any time we have a position of authority is one of the greatest gifts that we can get from the Lord, and that's the gift of humility. You know, we are servants. We are not there to be the boss of anybody. We're there to do the job, to truly be ones that are there to assist, to help, and to respect those citizens that have empowered us to do our jobs. I try to remember it all the time. I'm not always great at it, but I know that the more I say my prayers, the more I thank the Lord for the opportunity to put me in a place to use the skills I have, and the more I'm awed by the opportunity to do good, the more humble I am. Am I right, Reverend Feldman? I mean, that's what it's really all about. And I think everybody here needs to, every day, say a prayer for your loved one that's out there on the road. It's a dangerous job. We just had 2 troopers who were injured yesterday. It's a dangerous job. It wasn't long ago that I stood out on the green here between the buildings and was here for the tolling of the bell of those who lost their lives as great public servants, the ultimate sacrifice. I'm confident that they've been welcomed into the kingdom because those who would lay down their life for the life of another are truly honored with a big crown. But we also want to keep in mind those who have gone before us, who have made the ultimate sacrifice. So I think prayer is a really good thing. And troopers, when you're riding in those cars and you're sitting in the crossover on the highway, and I know what you're looking for. You're looking for the drug dealers and the people that are driving recklessly. Not so bad to say a prayer every once in a while and ask the Lord to protect you and your family as well. It's a joyous day, folks. This is a day that you should slap these men and women on the back, congratulate them for going through what is absolutely tough training. They're now prepared to be safety servants for the people of the state of Ohio. What a great and exciting opportunity. You're part of the family. You're part of the team. Troopers, God bless you. And by the way, if you see me over here in this room, please stay off the side backs. Thank you all very much.